Hey, what's up everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to make a digital design just using a Sharpie and a sketchbook, as well as just your laptop, PC, Mac, whatever you got. Um, there's no app for the program that I use. At least I haven't used the app that the program has created for phones, but I'm sure you can still learn a lot from this even if you just are using your phone. So the first thing we're going to want to do is get a sketchbook like this one right here and a marker. You can use like a pen or something. I wouldn't use pencil because you want something that has like a bold black outline and you don't want any lines on your page or whatever. You want this image to be very clear and solid. And it works best if you have not a lot of open lines, so you want a lot of closed shapes. It will still work without that, but it's easier to use the paint bucket tool when you just have closed shapes. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to do all this. So right here I just have a typical sketchbook, and then I got this acrylic marker, Montana brand. I typically use Sharpies, but I'm kind of low on Sharpies right now, so I figured I'd just use this really bold black one. I really like these, but Sharpie has a more clean line. If you can tell, the line on this is kind of, not as crispy on the edges as it could be. But we don't really need to worry about that too much for this. So I'm just going to draw a simple face real quick. See, that's one of the problem with these kind of markers as well, is that you get these kind of not solid fill-ins on the lines. You gotta make it really juicy if you want that. But I can still work with that, and I'll show you guys how you can fix little problems where maybe like the lines aren't as crisp as they could be or whatever. Just drawing kind of a sketchy face, just to give you guys an example. You don't have to be a great artist or whatever. You can really start a clothing brand with just any simple design. I mean, you look at Virgil Abloh or Off-White and that kind of stuff, which people seem to love. He literally just does that all with Microsoft Paint. He doesn't even draw anything. So if you can even draw a simple picture, it'd still be more creative than that, in my opinion. So this is the image I'm going to use to show you guys. And so the first step is just to take a picture of it. Try to get your picture something like in a light like this, flat surface, nothing's really obstructing it. Try not to, get your picture like this or something where it's like half in the shade or whatever. You want it to be kind of uniform. Alright guys, so the first thing I did was send the image to myself on Facebook and download it. Now I'm going to go into a program called GIMP, G-I-M-P. I'll try to link it below. I'm going to go into File, Open, and then it should be in the Download folder, wherever you keep that. There we go. And then we'll check the GIMP tabs that are open, and there it is. So first thing I'm going to do is just kind of crop it into a more fixed area, so there's not so many different colors and stuff like that going around. You'll notice the image resolution is 644 by 814 right now. So I usually try to make everything around 3000. So I'll take the largest part of the ratio and put it up to 3000. So we have a big image like this. The next step is to go to colors threshold, and you'll see how this makes the image pure black and white. And you can kind of mess with this little bar right here to change how dark you want everything. Since the marker I used had a little bit of problems, I'm going to keep it towards the right side over here. If you want your lines thinner, you go on the left side. And if I go into these zones, you'll see I get too much black being added. Or if I go too far to the left, it's too white. So you want to try to find that good leveled out area right there. So I'll leave it like that. You'll see I have an image like this. And now it's really, well, first I will mention that if, let's say you have a part of your picture you don't want right here, an easy way to erase it is just to use the white paintbrush. Just go to the paintbrush tool over here, click on this color swatch, make it white, and maybe change the size of your brush. We'll take that out, do threshold again just in case. If you don't do that, there might be some weird thing that happens right there. It's hard to explain, but threshold just purely makes everything two colors. So now that you have that, it's as simple as going to the paint bucket tool, and let's see, I'll select this red, and I'll just fill in different parts. Then you can switch to a different color, blue. Just click the parts that you want it filled up with, Now, let's say, for example, there is this open area. You see where the ear is kind of connecting there. The lines don't touch. So what you're going to want to do is go to the toolbox. This is a select by color tool. We will select all of the white, and let's see, get the color you want to fill in. Get the correct size of paintbrush, and then we're going to fill it in manually. And I do have a touchscreen laptop, so I can do this by, just touching this area right here, whatever. Actually works better with my pen, but I usually just, if it's something simple, just kind of go in there real quick with the cursor and fill it in. Okay, now if we select the white again, you'll notice there's these sparkling parts inside of the face, and those are where those lines that I made weren't so clear and they were a little rough. It left some pockets of white in there. So I'm going to go get a black paintbrush and just kind of go along the inside and click over all those sparkled areas. So once you do that, now if I select all the white again, you can see that the stuff's all gone. So now you want to click all the white, or so you could make it any color, make the background any color that you don't have in your photo so far. Then you're going to select that color and just hit the delete button. Oops, there's a step I forgot. So you're going to want to go to layers, either Control L or go to Windows. It should be layers over here. And make it an alpha layer. Add to alpha channel. It's so hard to describe what that is, but it pretty much means that you will have clear background possibilities, pretty much. Like it's able to have a clear background, because without hitting that, it's always going to have a solid colored background. So now when we hit delete, you'll see it has a gridded background right there, and that represents clear space. So now select all. If you want to get out of select by color, go to select all. So now, for example, if you add a new layer, go to Layer, New Layer, and you can make it white, or let's even make it transparent, and we'll put this above that, just like layers of a a cake, or drawing an animation or whatever. We'll go to the lower layer, and when I draw on it, you can see it's drawing behind the picture. So this is how you can make some cool designs for like shirts or flyers or whatever. I'm just kind of messing around right now as I make the video, but yeah, you can see the kind of cool things you can do like that. And this is just a simple tutorial. I mean, there's other stuff, of course, to do. I'm going to make some more videos on that. And then the last step is to make sure you save this as a PNG file, or export. Exporting it is different than saving it. You want to export as, and then I'll just say, YouTube sample, and I will hit, actually I want to make sure to go highlight the part where it says JPG. We don't want a JPEG, and we're going to put in PNG. So then when we do that, we export it, and let's see, why didn't that work? Export as YouTube sample. No, maybe it's because there's this. So then we'll hit export. Look like there's a space in there some first time. Okay, so the final step for this is to make sure you go to File, Export As. I'll put in YouTube sample, or name it whatever you want. And then where it says JPG right there, we're going to highlight that and put PNG. PNG is an image file that can have a clear background. So then we will export, and then just hit export again. And there you go. You can add that onto shirts, merchandise, flyers, whatever, and it will always have a clear background like that. So I hope that helped you guys. Really easy, quick way to make designs, but also, get across the image you want to get. So cool. Well, I hope that helped you guys. Easy way to make some images and put them on shirts. You can start your own clothing brand like people have been doing a lot nowadays, or find something more clever to do with your designs, but or just have fun. So I hope that helped you, and I'll have some more videos maybe on other things you can do in GIMP. Personally, I like GIMP the most. It's not super complicated and overboard like a lot of programs I used to pay for. So I'll try to put a link for that below, and I appreciate you guys watching.